Hello everyone, welcome to KMIT Solutions Services. My name is Raman. In this lecture, I'm going to discuss you the source code which I'm going to use into my DevOps project. So in this project, I'm using a source code which is developed with a mixture of HTML and Java Spring Boot microservices. As a DevOps engineer, we are not much worrying about the application logic. That is the primary job of developers. We, as a DevOps engineer, we are going to create a CI/CD pipeline for this project. So definitely we need some source code because we are creating this DevOps project from beginning till end. So we are developer, we are network engineers, we are everything. Okay. So that is why I have developed this very simple banking application. In this banking application, I have the interface which is index.html, which looks like something like this. Okay. And it is not a very fancy web application. It is a very simple web application. As I mentioned, that as a developer, your job is to write the code, but as a DevOps engineer, your primary job is to deploy the code. So that is why I have developed very simple web application. Now, this web application is consisted of 4 microservices. So when I click on this internet banking, at this moment, it will throw the error. It is saying error calling this because my microservice is not in the running state. So these are the 4 microservices which I have created. Now, under microservice folder, you can see there is a customer care, there is a deposit, there is internet banking, there is a withdraw microservices. All these microservices are developed by using Spring Boot project. Now, if you are thinking that how you will develop these, so you need not to worry about that because you can use this source code as it is. If you are a developer, yes, then you can, add your own source code also. But for this project, I'm going to use this source code, right? So, and we will version control it and we will do a lot of things related to this code. Now, next thing is that which IDE I am using. So I'm using an IDE which is Visual Studio Code. So which is a very popular version control system. So if you go and search for the Visual Studio Code or VS Code download, so you can go to this link and here you can download Visual Studio Code for different operating systems like Windows, Linux, Mac, etc. Right? After uh, after installation of this Visual Studio Code, what you need to do, you need to open this project in that particular Visual Studio Code. So my folder name is Banking DevOps, right? So what I will do here, I will go to File and I will go to Open Folder, right? So this is my folder. So I just double click on this. And this is my folder where I have um, all the folders, subfolders like microservice, index.html, and you just need to click on the select folder. And your project is basically opened into this Visual Studio Code. You need to add certain extensions. So that also I just want to discuss here. So you just need to go to this extensions and you need to search for the extension which is Java. Right? So here you can see debugger for Java, So whatever is related to Java, I would suggest you can install it. Like here, you can see extension pack for Java. It will install other sub extensions also. But if it is not installed, then you can install by selecting them one by one. Okay, so that is required. Also, we need the live server for HTML page point of view. So this is the live server. So that I have already installed all these things. So you can install this live server also, right? So this way you can configure your your source code into the Visual Studio Code. Okay. So once it is done, then let me close this. Then here you can open this index.html page, right? And when you click on this, let me just go live, there will be option comes when you install the live server extension, and you just need to click on this. So it will open the application into the browser, your default browser, right? Also, the because my microservices are not running, so when you open your project, it will open as a Java project or Maven project, right? So how you need to run these microservices? So these microservices are Spring Boot based applications. So when you run this microservices, so it will be running on a web server, and the web server is Tomcat, which is the embedded web server in all these Spring Boot application. Again, you need not to install Tomcat server to run this application. So how you can run it? So if you see here under the Java project, I'm under customer care, right? So here you can see all your Java projects here, right? I'm just collapsing it now. Here you can see there is a run button in the Java project. You just need to run this. Now it will run your customer care microservices. Okay. In next lecture, I will show you how you can deploy it on the Tomcat server. But if you are in the development phase, then how you can test it, how you can run it, right? Same way, if I go back again and I want to run the deposit, so I will click on this run and debug button. Similar way, internet banking and withdraw services. So I'm running in this application with different port number. There may be some changes required later stage of this project in the source code of this index.html or other things, right? There you need to change this port number because I'm using embedded Tomcat server. So I'm running on a different port number, which is 8088, 8080, 8081, 8082, and 8083. So customer care is running on this. Now, because all these microservices are running, now if I click on this internet banking, okay, so it is still giving that error. Okay, withdraw service is getting called and deposit is getting called, customer care is getting called. So let us see what is the problem in the internet banking. So here, if I go um, to the internet banking, so okay, because my Tomcat is also installed, that is why port number 8080 is already in use. So what I will do, I will stop the Tomcat service and I will run this internet banking again. So for that, I will go to services.msc. I'm using Windows operating system. So this is the case if the Apache Tomcat service is already in the running state. So I need to stop this because it is using port number 8080. Now, if I go back to my internet banking and if I run this now, So it should run without any problem. So yes, it is started. Right now, if I go back to my internet banking service now, see, it is getting called. In next lecture, I will show you how you can configure your uh, microservices on Tomcat server. Okay, so stay tuned and see you in the next lecture. Thank you very much for watching.